Hello and welcome back to the Chao Garden. We're back with Muramasa the Demon Blade. I want to say it's part 4. I have a static model on right now. I wanted to give a couple different methods here a try. See if you prefer something that's less distracting than the maybe 3D model, and maybe we'll even try one where it's just voiceover and there's no model. You'll have to let me know what you prefer. So it's been about 2.5 weeks since I got a chance to play Muramasa the Demon Blade. Choo choo train. So I don't really remember exactly how to play. I popped into the game just a little bit before starting the recording, so I could get re-familiarized with the controls a bit. But it's been a hot minute. I've been wanting to play, but life has just been busy, you know? Summer is approaching. The weather isn't super great. It doesn't feel like summer is approaching. It hardly feels like spring, but... yeah, I think I walked out, did a couple of rooms of enemies, and then for some reason saved my game, but... I don't really remember how to play this too well. Looks like we saved in front of a boss fight. I don't know if that was such a good idea on my part. Because now what? I have to get like a 50 hit combo, it looks like. Oh, these guys. I remember them. What a terrifying world to live in, where every path you take could be met with dire consequence, because there's just these immensely powerful beings for regular travelers to have to contend with. Yeah, I barely remember what's going on, or anyone's names. Momohime's body was possessed by Jinkuro. And we need a specific sword. That's right, we're going to reclaim... I think it's Jinkuro's specific sword? I'm forgetting. It's been a hot minute, if you can't tell. Yeah, but I believe I was thinking this before. Why can't Muramasa make a new sword? From hell.
亡者を切り刻んでは生き返らせ、休みなく繰り返し攻め苦を与えるのが仕事。
Sounds fun.
黒蜜はその極卒が持つ喝殺自在の大ナタを地獄より持ち出して刀に打ち直したのだと言われておる。黒蜜の生家近く、鎌倉あたりであれば、他にも作刀が埋もれておる山と探し回ってみたが、徒労であった。
That whole story was honestly insane. Like, what? A literal blade forged from hell.
ようも無事でこの山奥まで来れたものよの。ここまで化け物には襲われなんだか。
俺ら山に入るときにそこの娘に高い魔除けの札を売りつけられて持ってるんだ。聞いてもらうには困る。だけどこの先何人も旅人を食ったすごいやつが出るって噂じゃねえか。いや、怖いわけじゃねえんだがよ。
Why does this guy look like Double D from Ed, Edd and Eddy? You see that? It's the hair, I think. It's mostly the hair, but... with a pot belly. Yasuhachi. It's a good name.
女だけの旅は心細い。安心しなせえ。おいらがついてら。怖かったらぎゅーっと抱きついてくれて構わねえよ。
Uh-huh. Oh, hello. New character.
この寒いのに足をむき出してどこへ行く？こっちもそいつを退治しようと来たはいいが、お札が尽きたので山を降りるところじゃ。
Ofuda. Oops. Got too excited hearing a word I recognized. Okay, so I have to remember how I'm supposed to get a nice high hit combo.
しかも若い娘の匂いだ。山を越えようとするのは踏み潰して食ろうてやるぞ。
I feel like I've heard that name before. I wonder if that's an SMT demon. It's just its foot, its toes? Okay. Okay. This is gonna be tough if I have to contend with. Getting hit means I lose my combo, and it's also leaving the field a lot. Ugh. Earth Hornet is good, if I recall. That doesn't help when he leaves the field, though. Ugh. I have to be careful, too, because if I use up my energy using that attack, I won't have it when I really need it. Yeah, see, why did I save in front of a boss fight? Maybe that made sense when I was going into these episodes back to back, but taking a break for a couple weeks and throwing myself right into this was a mistake. Okay, there's like a stagger, but then I don't get to do anything when it's staggered. Huh. Weird. Am I missing something? Oh. Oh, okay. Oh boy. I sure hope Phase 3 is easier to deal with than this. I feel like I'm so locked in right now. I'm trying my best. Ugh. Can't get him in my sights. Oh, knocked back down. Oh, okay. I thought it was because of the health bar transition. I mean, it might have been, but... Oh, okay. Huh? It was a boar the whole time? There we go, there we go. Okay. Easy clap. Okay, that's what I needed. Okay, I'm the one who's supposed to jump onto the toe, I guess. Ow. Oh my god. Oh, my blade was broken. Oof. This is rough. Ah! Oh no. I don't have any more healing. All my swords are broken. Coming up here was a mistake. Oh. Oh my gosh. If I die here... Oh no. Huh? Is that game, set, match? What happened? Oh my gosh, that was so close. Holy. What did he just exhaust himself, or did I just luck out? I don't even know. 5-minute long boss fight. That was insane. If there was too much dead air, I big time apologize, but I had to lock in at the end. Ipi Monji Norimune. Green barriers. Gosh, what a wake-up call to coming back to this game. Boar hot pot. I've never had boar. So diminutive. What are the mountain secrets? Oh, okay. We go to the hot spring with him. Bro, you almost killed me. You're lucky. Jinkuro is such a softie. I mean, he turned so quickly and he always blames it on Momohime whining or whatever, but, like, come on, he's a softie. Chest ailment. What does that mean? Oh.
己だけのものとするために人は兄弟子を切り捨てもした。
What is the point of that? Why would you want to be the only one to have a certain style? Like, isn't the point of it to pass it down and refine it? I genuinely don't understand why you would kill everyone who knows about it just so that you're the only one who has it. Like, did you think that they were gonna leak information about it so that people could contend with you? Or what was... why? I don't understand. I mean, I think that is his folly. That's why he's a villain here. It was a dumb choice. And that's why you're a spirit. You lose, haha. Even though we basically, like, play as Jinkuro. More so than Momohime.
たちの行方を知る者はいそうか。
改易後は評判の良くない鹿見檀上という大官が幕府の直轄領として鳴神藩を仕切っております。
鹿見檀上と言われましたか。鹿見は鏡家に仕える普代の家臣。一体何故大官になど。そやつなら。
Gosh, the art style is again like just... it's hitting me. It's so good. Looking at Momohime's like wispy form there with her face. God, the art style in these games, Vanillaware just knocks it out of the park. Vanillaware and like a Supergiant. Those are the two studios that I think have some of the most immaculate art in gaming. I'm sure that there's others that maybe I'm aware of that I'm just not thinking of off the top of my head, but I'm curious, like, what is widely considered people's favorite art styles? I mean, Vanillaware is for sure, like, super distinct as well. It stands out. Some games have great art direction or art styles or just, like, look impressive, but they're not necessarily distinct, you know? No enemies. So I'm curious how this game's achievements are gonna play out, because I'm kind of just going for these boss ones, and I remember reading something about a speed run way back when I had first started this game, and I mean... if you're watching these consecutively, it's only been a couple hours, but for me it's been weeks, so I'm like, what was the condition of that again? And in the interim, I managed to finish playing a Lego Harry Potter for the Wii, and that had an issue with a glitched achievement. I played Pokemon Rumble. Like, I've been trying to pick casual games that I could just turn my brain off to and make some kind of progress. Did I save the game? After doing that boss fight, I probably should go over here and save the game. But, you know, this is a game I take more seriously and feel like I would have to focus and pay attention to the story. I want to pay attention to the story. Feels like that's been harder and harder to come by in the games I play lately.
鳴神に先回りし大官に取り入った様子。大官は忍びを多く雇ったようで、あちらこちらで旦那様の命を狙っておりまする。
Is this the same dialogue she said way back? I can't remember. I feel like it was. But yeah, for me, there's like a specific kind of way I like to play and enjoy games. The Monka Hot Spring. And it's like, if there's a story or something that I want to pay attention to... Unlocked fated meeting in an unlikely place. Well, I can guess what that's going to be, but let me finish my thought. If I want to pay attention to the game, I feel like I really need to set aside hours of time, because I don't want to... I want to be immersed in whatever it is, even if I might ultimately not enjoy it that much. I still want to try and immerse myself and pay attention. So I set aside hours. I want to make sure that there's no looming work over my head or distractions incoming, so that's one of the reasons I haven't played this game in quite a while. I just have had too much going on. It's finals week in school right now, and so I should be working on that, but I figured, I could squeeze in a couple hours of this for once. So this is the other character. Kisuke? I think was his name? God, he's a short king, I didn't realize. He's Kurt. I'm here with these monkeys. Yeah, that's one of the reasons I felt like I could play something like a Lego game and, you know, a Pokemon spin-off is just games that I would consider like a portable experience. Like you can pick it up and put it down anytime you want. And not really feel much lost in the way of immersion, or maybe you just don't care about being immersed, which is the case for me in those games. This one, if I just picked it up and put it down at a moment's notice, it would probably be okay, but I feel like that's a disservice to the narrative, because look at me, I've already forgotten largely what's going on. Definitely like how to play well. Kagetsu Muramasa. Secret Art Raiden. Effect Soul Power. What does Soul Power mean? Best guess, more souls. It's a money build. Secret Art Giant Tornado. Where's the green one that I just got? Am I blind? Don't answer that. Right here. What? Required 27 strength, 29 vitality, effect absorb life. I can't even wield that for quite a while. Okay. Let's see. So I can equip a new one, right? Earth Hornet is good. Especially for getting those, oh wow, I had another one that was too strong. Especially for getting those combos going. Tengu Belt. Vitality +3. I wonder, is this like an extra thing? Or am I gonna have to come back here? Is it like a mini dungeon or something? Okay. Please. Please help me. I can't play. If I recall, actually, I don't want to be fighting enemies like that. I want to be skipping them, because I think there was something about being a minimum level when beating certain bosses or something. This is why it's helpful to look at the missable achievements before you start a playthrough, but if I had to play through this game again, I guess I wouldn't mind, especially if they're speedruns. I say a lot, especially like on stream and stuff. I don't like doing speedruns as like an achievement. I think that if you want to do a speedrun, that should be kind of something you do just for your own sake. Because it's counter to like how most games want to be played, right? If the game is designed around running through it quickly, that's one thing. You know, something like Mirror's Edge and Neon White. And I'm sure there's plenty of other examples too. Sonic the Hedgehog. You know, you want to get through levels fast, efficiently. That's half the point. Those, I think, make sense for general speedruns, but typically a speedrun achievement is also counting things like cutscenes. So if the game, even the ones I just mentioned, have cutscenes, you're like incentivized to be skipping through them, not paying attention, not investing yourself. And so you have to make the choice if it's your first time playing. Do I care more about the achievement or do I care about the narrative? And for me, I want to give every game's narrative a chance, at least once. So then that leaves me with having to play the game a second time, which, like, I don't want to do that most of the time. I want to move through the game and go on to a new experience. And so typically I don't like speedrun achievements. If the game can be finished in like less than an hour or two, then that's an exception I could make. Or if the game's just so fun, it has replay value. Resident Evil 4 is one that I can just go back to time and time and time again and like have fun. What the hell? This thing's so fast. Okay, I got it. But yeah, the nice thing about a speedrun achievement, though, is typically, like, how long does it say you have to complete it? You know, if it says, like, 2 hours, then you could know, oh, well, you know, best case scenario, I actually finished this game in less than 2 hours. That's not that big of a time investment. You know it's going to be over soon. It's like the silver lining, I guess. But yeah, like, the amount of times I've played Tales of Vesperia, you know, one of my favorite games of all time, and had to do the achievement to beat the whole game in under 15 hours, it's like... I don't... That game has a really good New Game Plus that I will definitely defend, but don't make me play through the whole game speedrun mode if I don't want to. For an achievement? I don't know. Just, it doesn't seem like... It's too counter to a game's design, especially in a long-form RPG. I think it's unreasonable to ask that of a player normally. I really gotta check what the exact requirements were for this game before I decide one way or another how I feel about it. I'm guessing I have to go left to reach this. Oh boy, and then what, down again? Huh? Uh-oh. Not entirely sure which way to go. This is, okay, definitely not the correct direction. It is funny, though, how much achievements can, like, change a game's design in a way if you decide to do them, or, you know, self-imposed challenges. The nice thing about achievements is it gives you that challenge in a way that where it doesn't feel self-imposed. Because, like, what's that argument that is made all the time, and I don't know how I feel about it. It's kind of, it changes for me on a given day, but you control the buttons you press, right? So, you go into a game and you say, like, oh, this game is too easy. The effect of the argument that you control the buttons you press means that no game should ever be too easy, because you can just handicap yourself in, like, any conceivable way. You know, you can be a minimum A button press challenge on yourself in, like, any game, and that should immediately make it more challenging, right? But there's a huge difference in imposing, like, a weird arbitrary limitation on yourself like that versus the game asking or even rewarding you with something like an achievement for doing that. When I was playing Pokemon Rumble over the course of the last week or two, it was actually quite interesting. Like, that game would be over in just a couple hours if you played it just the way that it wanted you to, but doing this, like, Professor Oak challenge that I was doing, I'm not going to get into a ton of detail about it, but it made the gameplay itself way more interesting than I think it otherwise would have been. Ooh, these are good. Strength 16 plus 2 plus 15 from the food I ate? Oh my god. Stop all status effects by 50%. Wow. It's a weird way to phrase it, but...
おやよく来んしゃった。待っとったど。大根だけはたんとあるで持ってけ持ってけ。積もる話もあるでゆっくりしてけ。ところで 聞きたいんじゃが、あんた様は誰じゃったかいの？
I've got a lot to talk about. We proceed not to talk any further. I'm just gonna headcanon that Jinkuro was like, nah, I'm not interested. I'm out of here.
ちょっと食べておいきよ。うちのは自慢の10割そばだよ。
Oh, God, I'm so excited for my trip to Japan and later in the year and getting to try food. I want good, authentic food so badly. Tsukimi udon. And I'm even like looking at this menu like, what do I actually want to eat in real life versus what's effective for my character? Al dente soba, soft-boiled egg. Now, I'm not a big seafood guy. I don't think I would like prawn. But putting an egg? I'm also not an egg fan. I don't think I really like eggs. But in certain meals, like in ramen, it hits. So I'm expecting that this would be really yummy.
なかなかおつな味じゃの。五臓六腑にしみるわい。
I don't have the skill nor the motivation to obtain the skill to make this kind of stuff at home. There's a couple of really good ramen shops in the bigger cities that are
感情はここに
an hour or two away. More so, a lot of them that are like 3 or 4 hours away, but those are so good. Like, I never understood the appeal of ramen when, you know, all I was eating was the generic Maruchan instant ramen. Like, you know, if you're younger and you're watching anime or something, and you see the characters, like, I grew up, Naruto was on TV a lot, and people would talk about it. That was a kind of a formative anime for some people. It like opened the door for them to get into the genre, and something that Naruto and his gang do a lot in the early seasons of the show that I saw, at least, is they would go to a ramen shop. They would sit at it and order ramen, and they make it sound like so good. They're ordering huge bowls. They keep eating more and more and more. And you think, how is it so good? I've had ramen. I've had Maruchan chicken flavor or whatever, and it's not that good. It's kind of trash. Yeah, you need to have the real stuff. Big, 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 big difference. That's probably obvious, but like it's really worth emphasizing. Okay, so another hot spring. And there's a dungeon over here. I assume it's a dungeon. Okay, that's really helpful for pheasant hunting. Enemy lairs. After destroying a barrier and examining the entrance of an enemy lair, you can advance to a place where powerful monsters are waiting. In some cases, they may be so powerful you won't be able to match up against them until you increase your level. It might be a good idea to continue your adventure and take up the challenge again later. But you gated it by progression. You gated it with a green gate, so... Are you trying to tell me that that gate has nothing to do with the actual level of what's within it? So why didn't... 29 or above. I'm level 15. So I'm gonna get massacred if I go in there, right? So why not gate it by the color of a blade that's closer to level 29? Right? Or am I just being, like, anti-fun? I just like to question developer intent versus, like, implementation and, like, how that affects the player, how it affects our view on the game. So I ask a lot of questions that are essentially rhetorical. I'm asking myself more so than I'm asking for a real answer, but I'm open to understanding. I'm open to interpretation on it. Something that's kind of nice about the Let's Play format versus the stream is a lot of time on the stream, it opens a dialogue, but that dialogue is usually, it's very clear people are assuming I'm coming from a place of like, I hate this game. I'm trying to trash on it by saying the mechanics make no sense, but you know, I'm here to try and explain at least that context is really just me asking questions. And, you know, hopefully that comes across. Clearly it doesn't on stream, so maybe I have to reality check every now and then. I'd love to make my own game someday. I have absolutely no... Whoa. Cool. Oh, the perspective is crazy. Oh, it makes me dizzy. Yeah, I'd love to make my own game and then, like, try to implement all the things that I would... Oh my god, this is so cool, I'm sorry. Taking me out of what I'm talking about. This is insane. Look at... Okay, look at the bottom of the screen. That's wild. Oh, great. Got too lost in the sauce. Yeah, if I made my own game, I could get feedback and see if I am able to implement things in the way that I always talk about. And that would be important. Helpful, even. Forgot about the crouching moves, because it's such a weird implementation. There's the one where I have to hold block, then down, then let go. Yeah. Whoa! They got guns? Oh! And, yep. They don't just shoot forward. Oh my god, these guys are strong. How do I get down? There's no jump button. The jump is up, so I can't just hold down. I don't think it's worth fighting these guys. I gotta get out of here. F that. Ugh. I don't have a lot of healing either. Yeah, I can still maybe meet some kind of minimum level requirement by the end of the game if I just ignore unnecessary fights. So, yeah, I need items that I can heal with. Oh, I had plenty actually, I just didn't have them equipped. Oh! Humongous ghost samurai. Ow. Level up. Healed to full good because I was looking at my health thinking I needed to eat a meal. Oh, this map looks like it's gonna get complicated. Whoa, wait, hold on. Those doors... Those panels aren't, like, painted. Unless... Like, as I move, the panels are reflecting differently than what's outside. So that's actually outside. Oh my gosh. I thought they were painted on at first. Oh, wow. That is trippy. This area is insane. Okay, now I'm remembering, like, more and more why I was infatuated with this game when I first played it. Culinary Tips Volume 3. Like, you think the art at the beginning of the game is insane. It gets crazier. Zosui. I don't know what that is. Rice dish briefly yields more money. 2 rice bags, 1 cabbage, and 2 radish. Money me, money now. I'm having to decide between, like, do I want to explore these places fully and try to find items and stuff, or is that too much experience points from, like, potentially unnecessary battles? Wait, this door is not even on the map. Oh, one of these guys. So that was not worth it. Another one. Are any of these going to be worth it? Debatable. Ugh. 2 of them, oh no. Was I just invincible for that whole thing? I'm pretty sure I have a sword in Final Fantasy XIV that looks like this, this one that I'm wielding right now is Momohime. I main Samurai in Final Fantasy XIV. Oh! Ow! If I don't level up, which I don't think I will, yeah. Momohime Hungi. That only heals 200, actually, wow. Oh, Jesus. Send me all the way back down to the bottom. I guess I shouldn't be in such a hurry. I'm really glad that I don't have my controller display on for these Let's Plays. Not that I refuse to or anything, I just didn't enable it for this setup, but whew, the mashing that I'm doing is a little embarrassing, but if it works, it works. Well, it feels like that 45 or so minutes went by really fast, but, you know, I think that is already kind of time to wrap it up for this one. I already think I need to get a nice crisp drink and prep myself for the next installment, which will be happening very soon. Thank you so much for tuning in. Definitely give me any feedback that you're thinking about, especially in terms of the model on the screen. You know, do you like it animated? Do you like it kind of static? Or do you just want to hear my voice and not have any distractions? Be sure to let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you at the next one. Bye-bye.